Cyberpunk 2077, the most anticipated game in recent years. We have all kinds of plans with this game. Like we're gonna do special stuff with this game.
Crazy stuff.
It comes out. So we're equally invested in the release of it, trying to plan things around it. It looks very exciting. I mean, you and I mean, there's something about that. The ambitious games, they're few and far between. The games that define a generation of gaming, things like this. We've talked about this recently.
Mm-hmm. Very promising.
Yeah, and so I like to take the optimistic angle. I like to whenever possible. But there is some bad news surrounding this game. Yeah. The game has been delayed again. And I mean, I feel that we're just having this conversation about Halo. It seems like every game you're really excited for, maybe we just pay more attention when it gets delayed compared to other ones, because of course any game can get delayed. The scope of this game became far more ambitious as well. So what you're talking about here, Will, is this thing just kicked off, got so popular, and people wanted to be able to enjoy this game on any platform. And so now think about the compatibility stuff you and I were talking about. Listen to this for a second. The game's going to be available. PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Google Stadia, and PC. Sheesh!
And that's not even talking about PC in general, like
compatibility.
With the new NVIDIA cards, the AMD cards as well.
It's wild. It's ambitious. The game is huge already to begin with. And so they tell you they're going to delay it. And I understand you're excited as a user. I understand. But then things just get weird and twisted, and people start sending death threats to the company. And I'm reading some of these, and I'm like, who types that? And then you say to me, well, maybe it's just a troll. And I say, I don't really care, a troll. Like what? At a certain point, maybe you're a youngster chilling in the computer screen and you don't think it's a big deal, but you start threatening people's families, and a person receives enough of those, it starts to impact the psyche. You start telling people you know where they live, and you're going to do something harmful to them because you didn't get your game on time. And I know people in the crowd are saying, Lou, you're such an old man. We can, it's all a joke. Relax. But I'm saying, how can you know for sure? We start throwing that around if that's your sense of humor, is death threats. Mm-hmm. You don't know the way that's going to be perceived. Mm-hmm. So you're assuming, let's say you perceive it as a joke. You're assuming that others will also perceive it as a joke, that's in the realm of humor for them.
That's okay.
Different stage in life, you got the family, you're working endless hours on this thing. Then you have to announce a delay, which is hard enough. Everyone's doing the overtime.
And you still have to do the work.
Everyone's crunching.
21 more days.
And then you got to say, sorry, I'll be delivering your game shortly. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
To who? To this guy? That's the extent of your sense of humor? Mm-hmm. The sophistication of the sense of humor is I'm going to kill you? Like, this is just my point of view. I understand everybody is open to communicate as they see fit within the guidelines of whatever the law states that you can and can't do. And I'm all about communication and people expressing themselves, even if sometimes it's a bit weird the way a person wants to express themselves. So I get it. Some people, this game or a game represents like such a really big deal to them.
Big part of their life.
A big part of their life. And in many cases, when you see something like this, your analysis is less around the victim of it and more around the perpetrator. In other words, you have sympathy for both. For anyone who feels a need to harass these developers because they need a game so badly to fill some void, you have sympathy for both parties here. That's the crazy part of it. So anyway, I know they're going to figure it out. For me, my message to both was starting with those that are upset is just to think of it as being worth the wait. Think
Yeah.
of it as being better once you get it.
Yeah.
Think of it as enjoying the anticipation to a point, right? Like I got this channel, Unbox Therapy. There's something about the anticipation. There's a lot of fun in it if you got the right mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I got something to look forward to still. I don't have it yet. I can look forward to it.
Yes.
And then on the flip side, if you're somebody developing this game, then get it right because it's an art form, you know? And I understand the crunch and I understand these aspects, but I wouldn't want to push it if it wasn't there either. And so anyway, I'm just trying to put some sympathy out there. I'm trying to put some positive spin. I'm trying to say, I'm trying to put some optimism in the mix at least.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the frustration. You can curb it. You can change it a little bit, and all of a sudden have a different perspective if you're willing to do that.
Yeah, and it's a real bummer because the demand is so high because of these consoles coming out. The launch of these consoles are in line in the November kind of month.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough choice,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I feel for the developers.
Yeah.
You know, crunch time is really, I mean, it's real, you know, and
they've been working overtime. And you know, for the CEO to come out and start
there's a lot of
posting,
pressure.
the CEO come out and start posting messages and saying he's taking it serious. And I'm off. I'm going to go off social media for a couple days. And so, you know, it's impacting people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're saying over here, somebody clocked a 100-hour week. They saw some of their friends there and they looked physically ill. I mean, it is. Listen, man.
For a game.
It's the whole intensity level. They come together, right? The excitement and the intensity, it comes together. And it seems you can't have one without the other. And that's fine. But I think if you can be considerate, it's almost always better if you can consider all involved, if you can think about it from alternate perspectives, if you can imagine what it would be like to be making this thing right now, then I feel you're going to make more sound decisions about how you communicate your ideas around it, as frustrated as you might be. See, a lot of people think that what they put out into the universe, it doesn't matter. No one's going to see it. I'm just this guy, whatever. But you may be having the opposite effect on people. You may have people quitting after getting one of these messages and slowing down the actual delivery of the thing that you're hoping for.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my piece on it. I went deep. I went a little deeper than expected on it, but that's my piece on it. Is try to look at the thing, try to zoom out and just look comprehensively at the thing.
Have some empathy.
And I'm still looking forward to it, by the way.
Yeah.
The game.